Rather. I wish I mean, I could just not care and play, like, very much copyrighted music, but looking good today? Thank you. This one's fun, too. I'm gonna have to play that song again after I finish stream. It was so fun. Now I'm, like, in a dancing mood. Which is, I mean, not the vibe of this game. Sensei, I got stuck when I was writing paragraph today in exam. The fact that, like, is this like English class like you're learning English? Or is this English class like American English class? Because I also did terrible in normal English class. Being the American I am. Unfortunately, I cannot have background music playing because this game has its own very intense music. It's normal English, I don't know that much. Like, just like grammar and stuff, because I can't help you, honestly. I should be able to, but I can't. Game always starts out in like a weird spot on the screen. Oh no, I lost the page a little bit. Wait, I got it. Episode 5, episode 3, Justice for All. Yeah, it looks pretty good. First paper is about your skill in writing, second paper is all grammar. No wonder of flight. Just my time. How do I get this to not look insane? Okay, it doesn't look bad for you guys at least. The only Maximilian Galactica! Who comes up with these names? I like the little animations in the second game now. Maybe it doesn't trigger until in the actual game. What do you teach? Grammar? I mean, technically just English speaking is what I'm allowed to teach, but I teach about a lot of topics. It's like doing classes, but in English, basically. Ah! I made it fit. Amazing. Thank you. Still a bit weird on stream, unfortunately. I apologize. I was like being in a dream. I haven't even caught my breath yet. Just hanging out with children. That was amazing, wasn't it, Pearly? It's very loud. It's very loud. Really? This is at level 1. It's so loud. A guy that flew through the air. Max Gallica. The world's greatest magician. A magician? Mr. Nick. What is it, Pearls? Does magic have anything to do with channeling spirits? So, I'm taking my assistant's, like 16-year-old assistant, 17 now, 17-year-old assistant out with her little, like, 10-year-old cousin. Still feels a little weird. Don't have, has anything to do with channeling? Not to mention little Pearl, when she turns into Mia, you just see giant boobs. And you still have to remember, it's like they morph into the person, but it's still technically that person, you know? So, the winter cold. Why is the circus in the winter? 6 months. I don't know how this man has a job working like twice a year. Time to go. Can't miss the last train. Remember the train. Headings by express train. See you later. Going to visit on New Year's? Maybe. I'm glad you'll get to spend your New Year's with your special someone. Knew that was coming. Happy New Year, Mr. Nick. Why is there a black background? What's gonna happen to Pearl? I really hope it'll turn out that way. Make it sound more ominous, why don't you? Today wraps up for this year. I hope I can finish cleaning this place up in one day. Beep. Nick, it's terrible! Perfect timing. Things are terrible here too. The office is a terrible mess and I have to clean it up. What are you talking about? My dirty office? What are you talking about? You have to turn on the TV. TV? The magician's in jail. Now, let's check in at the scene, huh? What happened? Thank you. We're here at the Berry Big Circus. The Berry Big Circus has become the center of a sensational murder. Wow, I'm terrible at announcer voices. The scene has created quite a stir among the throngs of excited onlookers. The Berry Big Circus? That's the circus we went to, right? They're saying that there was a murder. Yeah, they arrested him too. Arrested who? Max! They arrested Max Gallica. Maximilian Gallica. Fans call him Max. I got that. We just saw this. Fly through the sky. Is always must always be shirtless. So she was a huge fan of Max. See you in 2 hours at the detention center. See you there. Plenty of time to clean your office up later. I mean, honestly, letting your business office get that dirty that you have to, like, say it's a terrible mess while technically actively taking cases, irresponsible, Phoenix. How do you have a job? Difficult looking legal books. Considering they're dead bosses. Steel Samurai, bought it right away. All things Steel Samurai. The new guy's own movie. Oh, I missed. Charlie, a quite decorative plant. I like how they always have little messages for it. Giant building, Gaywater Hotel, high-class luxury hotel. Until recently, it had been a normal business class hotel. How recently is everything? It's been a couple years now. I guess it just references it, but you have to know. My desk. Since I don't have time to sit, it's usually clean. Unusually clean. Why don't you have time to sit? You, like, never work. Work like one big, very difficult case every few months. What are they talking about? Why did they arrest Max? Asking the wrong man on that one, Maya. Maybe he used his magical skills to deal death with a sleight of hand. Would never do such a thing. Fabulous! What the young lady has just said was absolutely fabulous. What a clever girl, such a fabulous understanding of events. So this fabulous talk. Oh my god, yep, is not allowed to wear a shirt. Legally must be shirtless. Welcome to the visitor's room. It's Max, Nick. Look, it's the real Maximilian Gallica. Alright, sweetie, pick a card, any card. He called me sweetie. Nick. Time's running out, sweetie. Pick a card, any card. This one. I thought you would pick that one, sweetie. The Ace of Hearts. Ah! He got it, Nick, look, he got it! What can I say, sweetie? You've stolen one of my most valuable possessions. My heart! One of Maximilian Gallica's hearts. Max, Well, time to make this an absolutely fabulous time. Max, you should let Nick pick a card. I don't want to steal one of his hearts. And you are? Oh, how silly of me. You must be Sweetie's driver. Her driver? Whatever. Hurry up and pick a card, any card. I want this one. So, sweetie, let's be honest here. You came to this visitor's room to visit me, didn't you? Yes, I'm your biggest fan. How is she everyone's biggest fan? Fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Thank you so much. Hey, what about my card? Think of it as a souvenir. I think it's time to get to work. What's the matter, Nick? Why are you looking at the ceiling? What I should have for lunch? Sweetie, drop Porcupine Head over there. Shower me with your attention. Oh yes! Absolutely fabulous. Absolutely cringe-inducing. Who is he? He's Maximilian Gallica. He can fly through the air with no strings attached. Actually, nothing to him. Oh my god. Tell me a little bit more about yourself. Fabulous. I think we should know each other better too. Why don't you come sit next to me? What? There's a big piece of glass between us. Oh, sweet Jeebus, what in the world? If only I could use magic, then I could make this wall disappear. Anyway, lately you've become awfully— oh no, it's not that guy. Awfully famous, haven't you, Max? Maximilian to you, Porcupine Head, get it straight. People nowadays, they got their panties in a bunch over nothing. Okay. Okay. Anyway, Maximilian, you won a very prestigious award recently, did you not? I did indeed. It was fabulous. Magician's Grand Prix, held by the Association of International Magicians. It's an award that recognizes I'm the most fabuloso of fabulous in the world magicians. There's a trophy and a bust. It was a fab. I mean, it was an amazing day. That's incredible, isn't it? I'm certifiably the greatest magician in the world. I'm going to trophy for the most modest magician. It's a very big circus. Very big circus, correct? That's the long and short of it. You sure do your research, sweetie. I'm impressed. You can't just watch a magician on TV, you know. Magic is so fabulous, you have to see it with your own eyes, sweetie. You're right. You're so right. However, the circus, it was a dinosaur thing in the past. Nowadays, no one even cares about what goes on there. Huh? What do you mean? That's why I signed the contract. That's why you signed the contract? Very big circus, fabulously popular? People come out in droves to catch a glimpse of the magic of Max Gallica. I revived the dinosaur that is the circus. Okay, Cookie Girl. But to me, it was just another magic trick. Isn't it just wonderful, sweetie? Yes? I made all the old crusty circus performances obsolete. But I kind of like the circus performances. Tell me what happened at the very big circus. Last night, the ringmaster was murdered. The ringmaster? You mean Russell Berry? Someone smashed him over the head, I hear. He was slumped over on the ground. Even though it was the middle of the night, the police presence was fabulous. The police questioned me at length. Oh, questioned you about what? About everything. I was the last one to see the ringmaster before he was murdered. I saw him last evening in his room. Then why were you arrested? Arrested? Don't make an anthill into a mountain, sweetie. I just wanted to consult with me on matters, that's all. Nick, I don't think Max understands how serious this is. Shock him back to reality. Before the murder, you met with the ringmaster? Uh-huh. What did you talk about? Things that aren't for your ears. Maya, would you please ask him? What did you talk about with the ringmaster, Max? There's nothing. Small talk, really. We were just having a chat about my salary. Salary? I'm the one bringing in the crowds. I think that I should be compensated as such. You agree, don't you? Yes? That's all you talked about? Of course, it was a fabulous chat. Oh, we got a lock. 3. Just fabulous. I mean, oh, sorry. That's Phoenix. Just fabulous. I mean, now he's got me saying it. What's the matter, Nick? You look all bent out of shape. Something's all boggling your mind. No, I got it. I can't do it now. Straight face. I don't think I have enough stuff, though. Oh, but it has to be now, I guess. Take that! Meeting with Russell. Master, correct? Negotiate your salary and such. Reached an agreement about the salary for my 6-month-old contract. Full truth? What do you mean? To negotiate your salary? What are you insinuating? Yeah, no, I don't. Evidence yet? Investigate, gather more clues before I try again. Where can I go then? With my badge. What's that badge? It's used in a disappearing act. I'm an attorney. Why are you wasting your time talking to me? He isn't wasting his time, Max. You're... Relax, sweetie. You're just a little over-anxious, I think. Curious for something? Why do you keep looking at me with such a sad look on your face, sweetie? Because you've been arrested for murder. Don't be ignorant. They wouldn't arrest someone like me. Why is that? Obviously because I'm the fabulous Maximilian Gallica. So? The very big star in the very big circus, and that means I'm rich. I'm paid fabulous sums. Which means you can't kill people? Max, quit joking around. You've got to be pulling my magic wand. That doesn't sound like a... Okay. The police aren't really serious about all this, are they? They don't arrest people as a joke. Look at Max, he's crushed. He needs to wake up and smell the coffee. Yes? Pork you, I mean, sir, you're a lawyer, right? Yeah, I'm an attorney. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Please help me, I didn't kill nobody. Didn't kill nobody? I may be more spoiled than a hog in a hamburger mud pit, but a killer? That's insane. I could never. Max, I swear, I just wanted to pay off my daddy's debt. He's back on the farm. Okay, I'll take your case. Really? Really? Thank you much. Y'all sure are nice folks. Yes? What's your real name? It's Billy Bob Johns. Oh my god! It's definitely not him. He's just fabulously fabulous. They full-on made this guy Billy Bob. Billy Bob Johns. Oh, translations. What's the matter, Maya? He's really just a country bumpkin. Ahem, I must apologize for not being my absolutely fabulous self just now, sweetie. Huh? Mr. Attorney, yes, a few minutes ago you took one of my cards, didn't you? Now that he mentions it, I did take a card. It was the 10 of hearts, right? What? How do you got it right again? What can I say? You've stolen some of my most valuable possessions. 10 of Maximilian Gallic's hearts. A lot of hearts, don't you? I'm putting my faith in you, sweetie. He didn't just call me sweetie, did he? Alright, let's make this an absolutely fabulous case. Come on, Nick. Okay, that's all we have. There we go. Now we have another place to go. I mean, they are using him kind of as the main advertising. They only have his face. They just have Maximilian Galka and tiny here, his comical Conrads. Here for work. Let's find someone who might know about what happened. Sounds like a plan. Huh, police still on the scene, then we know who's gonna be here. It's Max. Might as well be Cirque du Gallica. The stars in his cheek sure are dreamy. How about I draw a star on your cheek, Nick? I've got a marker. Nah, it's good to not have the eternity with a star on his cheek. With marker on the face. The entrance is right here. The circus is closed today. No clowns, no elephants, no shows. I know that. Dolly the elephant. There's no Dolly today. Whoever I stumble across. Snack stand, hot dogs, hamburgers, candy, and popcorn. Even got snow cones. Buy some snow cones. There's no syrup, though. I want syrup. Are they making a yellow snow joke? Wasn't there another version of Maya? That was Maya possessed by Mia, and then there's Pearl, and there's Pearl possessed by Mia. Enormous. Really gets your blood pumping, doesn't it? Box office, all the tickets. Sell programs. Oh no, looks like I forgot my wallet. I'm going to buy it for you, just ask already. This door must lead to the lodging house. Do you really need to say no entry if no one's actually entering? I think that's everything. Oh. Streamers do a nice job of introducing circum performers. Can't come comrades. You know, you don't really see too many streamers nowadays, do you? You're right, I haven't seen one. Do little kids climbing to the top? We should be able to go inside. Big top lodging house. Lodging house? Why are we outside? Dorm where all the performers in the circus stay. The stoogey clown here, right? He's so kooky. It's you two. Yep, there he is. Gumshoe. You know where when I'm working a crime scene, pal? You're always working, detective. I'd rather not be always working, but with crime, you don't make your own hours. If I have to be at circus anyway, I would like to see the lion tamer and the tightrope. Show is always the same. Dead body, stage left. He's complained. Rarity. No clues here. Oh, okay. That was evidence under the tarp over there. Hey, watch it, pal. The killer's behind that tarp. What? Oh, gotcha. I was just kidding. This year I finally won an air conditioner. You don't have an air conditioner? Did you ride your Triceratops to work? What do you mean won? Can't afford one of those things. Got lucky and won it as a door prize at the annual police Christmas party. They really pay you peanuts, don't they? Peanuts? I don't even get paid enough for peanut butter, let alone peanuts. Safety light around the circus is kept on all night long. Should be on at the time of the murder. Took place in the light. Has been trounced upon. prince? No. We're the ones left the prince. An investigation can be a messy thing sometimes. What? And fell in that spot over there. Other detectives all got a good laugh when the prosecutor whipped me. Thank God there was all the snow around to bring down the swelling. It's great to know police aren't worried about preserving the evidence. Tomorrow's trial. Be the prosecutor? Miss Von Karma! It will be. She may hit me with her whip again, will she? I'd like to see her in court. When she shows up at the precinct, the sound of the whip never ends. Someone else I'd rather talk about? Like who? Mr. Edgeworth, of course. You know, Nick's true rival, Miles Edgeworth. What in the world happened after I went back home? Mr. Edgeworth, you haven't heard what happened to him? Nick won't tell me. Well, to be honest, I'm not at liberty to tell you either. Let's just say he's not around anymore. Not around? Nick, what does he mean Mr. Edgeworth isn't around? Exactly what he said, he's not around. Edgeworth is gone. Don't say his name again, okay? Nick? The love of my life! The ringmaster of the circus was murdered, wasn't he? Last night around 10 p.m. Died outside in the cold. Pretty sad way to go if you ask me. It was rather cold. Body was right about where we're standing now. Surprised you didn't. I'm not laughing. Blow to the noggin. Pretty clear cut as far as murders go. He was discovered quickly, but there's just one thing that doesn't quite fit. Something unusual. What's the one thing that just didn't quite fit? Footprints, pal. Footprints. Look at this picture of the crime scene. Box, no clue. I'll go back and examining it now. Victim's footprints are on the scene. That's right. Problem is, it's only his, right? The killer's footprints aren't there. Bingo. Where did the killer come from and where did the killer run off to? Obviously there's no way the killer committed this crime while flying. A flying culprit? It clicked in my head. The flying man. But there's no way. Flying is impossible. That's right. Flying is impossible. Absolutely impossible. This was a hollow laugh, pal. I mean, nothing by it, pal. I want to talk about it. Maybe I can get some info about Max out of him? Nothing else to talk about, really. So we can go, we still need to go to Big Top. Ooh, cool. The circus stage sure doesn't look at this small from out in the audience. This is where they all perform, isn't it? Nick, do some somersaults. Why not? You look like you'd be great at it. Nick? It wasn't me? The tiger? Yep. Tiger? He's coming this way! I'm sure it's fine. Ah! What's it gonna show? And then we die and the game's over. Nick, you're too young to die. Nick! Stay, heal! Why is the tiger just out and about? That's another real question. I'm still here, I'm not dead yet. Nick, are you okay? Scared you, didn't I? Oh my god. Regent is such a cute tiger, isn't he? What's the matter? You two sure are quiet. Don't look the matter, Lainey. Nick, he almost died there. He wasn't anywhere close to getting hurt, let alone dying. This little tiger hardly ever bites people. And besides, people normally never get to play with a wild tiger, right? So if you think about it, you're actually really lucky. Huh? You agree, don't you? I guess. What do you mean you guess? Why are you agreeing with her? Your costume. It's cute. I want to try it on. Costume? You mean my clothes? You don't mind letting me try it on, right? I guess not. Really? You're the best. Tables have turned so quickly on that one. So much for the tiger thing. I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Regina Berry, the renowned animal tamer of the Berry Big Circus. So was that her husband that died? Or her brother? My name's Maya Faye. I'm a spirit medium. Attorney at law. Nice to meet you. Comes out during the show. Pretty cool effect. I'm planning for me to start coming out of the lines during the show. I'll ride on Regent's back and jump out of the lion's mouth. That's gonna be pretty cool. I'll ride on Nick's back and jump out of the lion's mouth. So a ladder, just a step ladder. You should stick with the basic facts of the matter. Okay. I'm not arguing with her. There's rope. It's a rope! That's a bit strange. There weren't any tightrope walkers in the show. Do you have anything that can help us? What exactly do you mean when you say clue? What are you looking for? A bloody chainsaw, for instance? That's the most... What kind of clues? A chainsaw covered in blood, obviously. These are kind of far away. A lot of people can fit in the big top. He's right, we can fit 500 people into a show. Flying around that many people is a real rush. That's what Max said. I mean, I guess it's... Is it her then? Setting up Max so that she's become the new title actress? Those lights are huge. I love lights. Whenever I appear under spotlights, everyone claps for me. You're cute. I'm not cute, you're cute. Me? Of course, I'm sure you make an incredible heroine. Really, you think so? Nick, did you hear that? Me, a heroine. What about Nick, Regina? Nick. No hero, is he? Ouch. Do you watch anime? I've seen a few, but I usually watch ones that I can kind of binge. So I don't like One Piece. I've seen something like that. I've seen clips and snaps of it. I couldn't sit down and watch the whole thing. It's too much of it. But like ones I finished are like Tiger and Bunny, or Assassination Classroom was one of my more recent ones. Because you can just finish it all and it's good. You know what? What do you know about what happened last night? A murder? Oh, it's her father! Oh, I see. Wait, what did she just say? The ringmaster was your... Yep, the ringmaster was my dad. So sorry about what happened to him. Why do you say you're sorry? Huh? Anyways, everyone was here practicing last night. Even your dad? Yes, everyone was here. We finished around 10 p.m. I was the only one who stayed around here. Why'd you do that? I was playing with Regent. That's when the police showed up. They took me to check things out. Dad was dead. Awfully perky. Tell me some more about her dad. That's incredible that you were an animal tamer. You say so. That's really scary. Scary? Why? Regent isn't scary. He's cute. Ever since Leon died, Regent has been my best friend. Leon? Leon the lion. Leon the lion, Regent, and Regina. Interesting name choices. Leon, he died? Actually, he was killed. My dad killed him. What? Why'd he do that? I'm not sure why he did it. Tough not to get charmed when she looks at you with his innocent eyes. What? What? Just watch Classroom of Elite? You're telling me to watch, or you just watched it? I'm good at figuring out hard things. Nothing sure then. Alright, I need to go back to the detention center. Damn it. This. That's the ringmaster. It's a shame what happened. He was going to be like a father to me? So then is he marrying Regina? Oh my god, that's the father? What is that mustache? Why is his mouth sticking out that high? And like that? My sweetie pie. There we go. She must be really lonely with me all cooped up in here. She was laughing and rolling around with her tiger. Watched it and suggested, what's it about? My special someone, and I'm her special someone. Very complex. Yep, on karma again. What about this person? Awfully harsh, that's also your boss! Okay, damn it, I figured it out. So the first one, it has to be this, right? Take that! Talk about Regina. I don't think I have any other lead. Was the ringmaster correct to negotiate your salary and such? Exactly. We reached an agreement about my salary. To negotiate? Proof that I did something other than negotiate my fee last night. Take that! Jeebus, what's the matter, sweetie? I failed. Where do I get... How can that guy eat? He has to must have to flip up his mustache. Let's go back to my law offices? Doesn't seem like it. Oh! Got a lot of things I have to look into. Slacking, let's get going. Who's country bumpkin? What do we do? Huh? There's still lots of we can do. Let's get other evidence. We did all those though. Never have enough information. So no, I didn't actually have to go. I can talk to Gumshoe again? Oh, did not need that. Trained a bunch of characters. I was trained than you. Sorry, just messing around. My profiles. Sorry, 21, 16. Jesus Christ, everyone's so young. And she's 18. Oh, she's 18 now, at least, I guess. I have another idea. Big top. Max? Hey, where's Max now anyway? You don't know? Nope. He's been arrested. He was charged with the murder of your father. It's okay, Nick and I will help him. Max isn't the guy, is he? I mean the criminal? Of course he's not. I'm worried about so many things right now. Like what? After practice was over, Dad went right back to his room. His room? Yes, that door right over there leads to the ringmaster's room. Oh, okay, figured it out. Went off to his room in a hurry. I wonder what happened. So now I can move. Ringmaster's room? This was the ringmaster's room? I'm at Max. The poster of Max. I want it, Nick, I want it. I want to get out of here. A lot of posters. There are indeed. She already swiped one. Incorrigible. 3 famous symbols? Is the card rose and feather? Is that a fake mustache? Applies makeup. Shocking pink. Sensitive enough for a baby, strong enough for a mime. It's not about his skin. That's still a fake beard! Clearly on the table. Tailcoat. They call this the face of someone who already knew that. Sticking out of the pocket. Calm down, Mai. Can't go through people's coats. I will. Come on. Table for guests. Look at this. The salary is written on a piece of paper. Yikes. I didn't know that. The salary is incredible. How much is it? How much is it? That much? Incredible, huh? You can say that again. It must be the paper they used to negotiate Max's salary. Signed it and dated it. What's the matter? Max definitely got a raise, but this document is dated a week ago. Mud caked on the table? All the trophies. Golf Master, Beer Belly, Balloon Bounce Champ, Pet Grooming Grand Prix. Stars in this poster? Those are the way to go, aren't they? Should make posters, spine-tingling legal action, mind-numbing legalese. You will say wow, or perhaps, hold it! Don't miss out on a stunning life or death courtroom thrill ride. I love her would sink faster than the Titanic. Everything looks nice, but the desk looks old and cheap. Regina and her father, the ringmaster. Nick, look at the photos lined up on the wall. Circus's history. Not found guilty. Oh. All these rooms look the same. Thank you cards. Made donations to charity to the Robot Clown Research Center? What? You're kidding, right? They may be a perfectly reputable charity in the field of advanced tomfoolery. Can I steal this yet? Guess that's it. I can't remember to the coat for now. It's the only thing I got. This must be the thing for the first lock, though. What about this? Ah. It has to be, right? Oh, what's in your mind? Tell you my just you. What, really? And then... Oh my, that's incredible, Regina. Come on, Nick, there's no reason to pout. Regina told me someone professed their love to her. Not only that, it was Maximilian Gallica. On the exact same day, another person professed their love for her as well. Who was it? Someone named Trilo? He's the tenor who sings in the circus. Regina, so my guess tenor did it? Did we quite the hit with the men in the circus? Trained power over them? 2 people in 1 day? Me too, she's so cute. Now can I find out? Does that mean I know a Trilo now? Nope. Huh. Try again.
Take that!
Meeting with Russell. Well, Trick, what do you mean? What are you saying? Do you have any proof I did something other than negotiate my fee last night?
Take that!
That's... It was on the table in the ringmaster's room. You weren't lying when you said you received quite a raise. No, it's dated a week ago. You finished your contract negotiations a week ago. Fabulous. To tell you the truth, that night, the ringmaster called me to his room. He called you? Why did you do that? Sorry, sweetie, that's private. What you two spoke about? What if I don't have to? And this is why the ringmaster called you to his room? Regina.
Take that!
I don't have anything. Why would it not be Regina? What am I missing? Okay. And it's underneath it. Ah! I don't know where I'm stuck. Let's just save, so in case I try again, I don't lose all my tries. That's not on your mind. Hmm. Ah. Where did Samon's from? I sure got everything. Oops. 90% the father, maybe? Oh yeah, he didn't react well to it. Sweetie pie. Every to medium, every comes where I can make some kind of money. So fabulously. Doesn't matter. Which poster's cooler? This one with steel samurai one. Putting a poster magician in the loft is kind of strange than a poster of a hunk of junk carrying around a spear. What you think? You're so cute. Spell does have a hypnotic power. Animal taming. Once this case is solved, I'll roll over for you as many times as you want. That's a little weird. You're such a beloved man. Oh. Alright, we're gonna save again. I'm like paranoid that I didn't do it right, but I should have done it right. I can't imagine what I missed. find out. I would just say it's Regina. I'm like paranoid I didn't present it correctly, so I'm gonna try one more time. Okay, no. I'm just gonna try and fail and then reset. No. Okay, but I'm still missing something. So I'm missing something. Can't figure out what it is I'm missing. I already double checked my examination. I did this right. Animal tamer. You could cue to shut up like a good boy. See, it seems like I should be able to get that thing out of his pocket. But how? Maya's right. Just let her take it. Sing. Wait, is there like a... No. Like, what if there's a secret room in here? But there's nothing that even looks like it's pretending to be a secret room. I presented everything to her. Where's Von Karma? I thought I will see her today. I'm struggling with this! These are definitely the same. Then there's lodging house. There's no further lodging house. This pole, there's this thing. I can't go anywhere from here. Stingy. I've definitely shown all these to him already, though. Stingy. Stingy. Just because someone has a bad attitude doesn't make them a criminal. I've got proof. Oh my god, is this it? Someone gets seen of the crime? One of his magician's trademarks? Oh, made silk hat. Fabulous, just found the crime scene. A cloak, silk hat, white roses are the signature symbols. Easy to understand. Who said? The eyewitness. Tell us about the eyewitness. I found it, finally! Oh my god. Who's this sparkling girl? It's this daughter! Oh, I'm never gonna tell you about that. Prosecution trump card. Just remembered, I forgot to mention that you two are barred from entering that lodging house. No reason, just something I remembered to tell you. That's where the eyewitness is. Let's check it out. Don't you dare, pal. Now. Mo's room. Wonder whose room this is. Is that do those overalls have a butt pad on it? Mo's not in here. Some costumes lined up like that. It's a little creepy. It's like 6 costumes. Thinking of starting a costume collection myself. World Spirit Channel is going to explain our office. Our office? As soon as you start paying for the bills, you can say that. Voracious reader. Clowns for dummies, the joke's on you. Treat your peons right, and the classic funny jokes are funny. Very studious. Final Command is so funny looking. Balancing ball, unicycle, even got a trampoline. But they're all broken. These shoes. Gag banana people. Peel. The scratches from people slipping on it. And it is a slippery banana peel. Excellent pair of pajamas. Goes to bed dressed as a clown. Ew. Look at the ceiling. Someone punched a hole in it. A string of carrots here. How strange. They seem to all be different shapes too. How weird. He likes them, or if they're just for a gag. Alright, so for now... might be able to find him somewhere else, though. Huh? Hey, Nick, look over there. Someone over there. Excuse me. Hello. Wow, he sure is a quiet one. Excuse me! Me? You work at the circus, don't you? No, just your everyday average Joe. Don't think so. I've got nothing to do with what's going on here. He's lying. Just like that. I'm an attorney. My name is Phoenix Wright. I'm a spirit medium. My name is Maya. I just happen to be passing by. Not a carny. I'm just a performer, actually. I'm a ventriloquist. I'm Benjamin Woodman. Your last name is Woodman? Everyone calls me Ben. Oh, it's a stage name? Excuse me, Ben. Me? About the murder. To be out in detail. I'm just a normal guy. I don't know anything. Cheer up. Just try and smile. TV, I wonder if there's more like that now? The TV in the game or my actual TV? Am I playing Gallica? He's not very nice. My head hurts. You're a ventriloquist? I'm just a regular guy. You already told us you're a ventriloquist. Nick, don't yell at him. You can't do that. I can't help it. He's making me nervous. It's contagious. Taking this. Present. The Ringmaster? Just sound like Trilo, so conversing with him is really tiring. It's like his ventriloquist box almost. How are you useful? Max's hat. Beautiful, isn't it? Took my sketch to the hat shop and custom hat for him based off the sketch. It's the only one of these silk hats in the entire world. Isn't that cool? So it's the cape, the hat, and the white roses. TV in that Joker's room? Ah, the like super old one? Did it reset yet? Nope. Only thing I have presented him. I've literally presented him anything else relevant. This guy. Nope. Present him again. The eyewitness. Okay. Back in Mo's room. Hello? Kablamo! Congratulations, you're the big wiener. The 1 millionth visitor to the room of Mr. Mo Curls, aka me. Earplugs, must find earplugs. To celebrate this moment, would you care for an organic grape? Just one? Get my joke there? I welch on giving you more than one. No. If it was funny, it is your duty as a human being to laugh. People who don't laugh are usually last seen in Lansing. Catch my... Last seen in Lansing? Catch my drift? No. At least he can make himself laugh. Maya? Ah! Oh god. Probably not always funny in my book. Just funny looking. Sure to have great taste in clothes, girlie. Look at that garb. You look just like Greta Garb. Oh! Going home. No, Nick, you can't. I can excuse a bad joke or two, but this stooge keeps laughing at his own jokes. That's what I object to. I get it, but I have to admit it's kind of funny. Ah! Oh, God. Very Big Circus. Could you please tell us more about the Very Big Circus? That's a very big story. You got time for that? Keeps on coming. 20 years. We're still very... 20 years, wow. Never easy, especially nowadays. With movies and TVs and bowling, there's too much competition. I love the circus. I love it too, that's why I've been here for 20 years. We work hard to keep the show running. No one sends the clowns on us. New characters are coming today? In Genshin? You just made a joke, laugh. Har 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 har. Ringmaster's real big shot in the circus world, real class act. Even when there were no customers, Russell would use his own money to pay me. Because he knew that I had a family to take care of for. He was happy to take care of his employees. How can anyone do this for such a wonderful man? Wiggity, 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 what? Born without a sense of humor. Let's talk about the murder. Let's see, I must have taken place around 10 p.m. last night. After rehearsals were finished, I was tucked it out, so I came back here. Caught a peek of it. Caught a peek of the crime, just as we suspected this guy is the eyewitness to the crime. Show always add new element to the show. New elements. Your act just starts to get a bit stale. Even my act can get a bit long in the tooth. Sometimes my joke can be a bit old-fashioned. But that make-believer takes things too far? Who? The magician, the one that thinks he's all high and mighty. He had the gall to say to me, "You're one of those funny types, right?" What does he mean, one of those? Well, the joke's on him now. On him? Yep, he got on everyone's nerves. The day of the murder. Go ahead. Nope, no way. I just forget I said anything. Police told me that I can't share my story with others. Don't say a word, pal. I'm just gonna have to let these lips stay sealed. That's not fair. I guess you're right. Maybe I can tell you a few details, but only if you can get old Stiff Lips here to make with the funny. Stiff Lips? You mean me? Nick, you can do it. What's the matter? Just getting ready. Okay, do you know why I, Phoenix Wright, am a great lawyer? Because I'm right all the time. At least his expectations are low. I wouldn't let him quit his day job. Yeesh, cut a guy some slack. At least it's funnier than the chuckles over here. Not wrong! It wasn't the greatest joke I've ever heard, but you did try, so I'll tell you what I saw. Free 10 pull! Tight! 14th of October? He's incapable of being funny, Mo. That night, once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. That's when I saw... Without question, without a doubt, it was a magician. Or it was a man with a cape and a hat. That's all I saw, but it just proves how terrible that man actually is. What about Maximus letting on? Uppity figure's top hat, seeing the crime. As been told, unbelievable, the jerk killed the ringmaster. Shame what happened to the ringmaster, he was a great man. Lawrence curls, also not Trilo. That's the ringmaster's daughter, Regina. Ever since she was a little girl, she's been watching the circus performers. Cuter than a little puppy Maltese, that Regina. If only my Lorena was that cute. Lorena? Lorena's my daughter. She lives with her mother now. Ah, Ben, how's he doing? He's a ventriloquist, isn't he? That's right, boy was I surprised when they told me a secret. He's got a second mouth where his belly button should be. He's to log in 7 days to get the wishes. 7 days in a row? Just kidding. Ben wouldn't tell me a single thing about the murder. He doesn't have his puppet, Trilo! Belly button mouth! What a weirdo. So it means it was Ben, not Trilo. It was Ben. How old is he again? 31. Great. For the circus, selfless. Took such good care of me. I think more than I did. he thinks he can kill the ringmaster just so that he should die too. Cross the line. Disgusting human being. Why do you hate him so much? The morning before the murder, something terrible happened. Max clonked Ben right over the head as hard as he could. Ben? Vitrolux the speech impediment? You should go to the cafeteria and investigate for yourselves. Cafeteria? Gotta be something interesting in there. Circus is big. Carry a map with you? That's an atlas. Kill myself, really. I'm dying here. Coronary, coronary. Anyone else to present? Ah! Oh, I did this by accident. Cafeteria, ringmaster's room. Okay. Mo, acrobats on the third floor. Did I send the photo in Discord? Yeah, if you want. There's no restriction on it. You make me very uncomfortable, Mo. Name's Ben, right? Huh? You don't know him? I don't know, he didn't really catch my eye. He's friends with Trilo, right? Does she like Trilo? That's Mo, he's such a funny clown. He's been a good friend of my dad for a really long time now. My dad always said, when it comes to who I can trust the circus to, it's definitely Mo. Don't you think so? No comment. Okay. Cafeteria. It was awful. Didn't have time to clean up because of the murder. Max clonked Ben over the head here. Gotta be something interesting. Gotta be. Not from a stand. Empty table. You couldn't put your. Still eat hamburgers. Dirty dishes all over the place. Clean this place up for them. I hate dirty cafeterias too because that bears repeating. I really hate dirty cafeterias as much as I hate cleaning them. Exactly as the night of the murder. Let's get this case over with. Here we go! A bulletin board for bulletins. Anything juicy? Okay, I'm guessing that's the vision's over here. Taking turns cooking. There's duty list posted. Maya's kill a hamburger. Okay, that should be it. The bottle. DM or server? Just post on the server if anyone else wants to know. Sweet juice bottle or something. Watch out, Nick. There's broken glass over the floor. Broken bottle in the middle of the floor. We're gonna have to go back and meet with him. Orange juice bottle. Glass orange juice wine-shaped bottle. Oh, maybe it was wine, but once it got translated, they were like, it can't be wine, it must be juice. Done to everybody, I guess. Nope. Oh, I was completely wrong. Do you mind taking a look at this? Okay, it's useless without Trilo. Useless without Trilo. Still stingy. Done? Alright, cool. mind. Just kidding. Not you then. You are not the him. You are the him. Oh. Oh, it's my two sweeties. Welcome to the detention center. What's on today's agenda? What can I help you with? Got quite a few clues. Can we meet with you again? What's wrong? Quick, making such a scary face. Wait, let's make this absolutely fabulous. What about this? Fabulous. You'd like me to sign a... Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, we're gonna save. And if I fail epically, we will just load it. Oh, there's more to talk about. Okay. Circus. Are those drastic geriatrics? Jealousy. Absolutely jealous of my absolutely fabulous self. Obvious differences between us. People who really understand my sweetie pie. I plan on getting married to her. She's truly my sweetie pie princess. That's so cool. It's already in the works. Oh? You never said anything about actually marrying this joker. Ringmaster Light in the river. 10 PM once I was done with practice. Lodging house. Hi Max, I have something I must attend to right now. You mind waiting for me right here? It's pretty cool outside. Where's your coat? It's alright, I'll be back. It should only take about 10 minutes. And then I waited for him, but he never came back. Did he go to the plaza where the body was discovered? Possibly. The snow had tapered off a bit, but it was still very cold outside. What did he went off to do? My silk hat. They're both prized possessions. Groups out of somewhere else. Where did they find this? The murder scene. I don't know nothing about nothing. You, Max, is so pathetic like this. I want to just try again, even though I don't think, like... On the cafeteria floor. Anyone has nothing to say about this? Alright, we're gonna try again.
Take that!
Like, I know where the pieces lead. It's just like, I don't know which one it exactly wants me to use. If this fails, I might just talk to Regina.
Take that!
So you were well constipated, you were not negotiating a contract.
Take that!
Isn't this why you're called into the ringmaster's room that night? Where did you get that? The cafeteria, but you already knew that, didn't you? Of course. It fell and broke on the floor. Still hiding something else? What is it, my sweetie? You used this bottle to... I don't know if this is enough.
Take that!
Yes. But Ben... You nailed him over the head with this bottle, didn't you? And that's why you got called into the ringmaster's room that night. Fabulous, you might as well be a magician. There we go, finally did it. Unlock success. And I got it all back, huh? Meeting with Russell. Truth is, yesterday during breakfast, we had a run-in. A fight with Ben the ventriloquist? You could put it that way. Why did you fight with him? Ben seemed like such a quiet man. My sweetie pie. You mean Regina? That ill-bred creep told my sweetie pie princess that he was in love with her. Would you put up with that? Ill-bred? Are you talking about the same Ben? Told her he was in love with her? Are you sure this is the Ben we're talking about? All I can say is that he made me mad and I had to tap him on his hard head. That's when the ringmaster called me, and I realized that it was my chance. Your chance? That's when I went to his room and I laid it out on the table. I asked him to let me marry my sweetie pie. Ringmaster told me that it sounds good to me. That's why my sweetie pie is my sweetie pie and no one else's. I see. Since Ben was causing me so much trouble, I realized I had to shut him up. So he took the puppet. What do you mean by shut him up? You don't know, do you, my sweets? Trilo can't say a word, not without Ben. Trilo? Puppet. The ventriloquist puppet. His real name is Triloquist. The puppet doesn't talk. I know, that's why I hid it. Before police came and took me away, of course. The puppet started flapping off at the balsa. If that puppet started flapping off at the balsa, I'd be screwed. You hid him? You mean the ventriloquist puppet? Where did you hide him? Add him to my defense, are you? Well, Ben does seem awfully lonely without his puppet. Fabulous, that should have taught him a lesson. Okay, I hid the Trilo in the ringmaster's room. No, I can't stand to see my sweets in a jam. Alright. Save! We got it all back. This is such a long investigation. Ben's not here anymore. Oh, we went into the tent. Just hovering around her. What do you think, Nick? I wonder if we've been making any progress. Don't be so negative. Of course we're making progress. Everyone loved the ringmaster. No signs of footprints on the scene. Still a lot of mysteries left to be solved. Now Regina isn't here. Thing was always a big mess. Another poster went missing. Trilo somewhere in the room. Now can I take it? Oh, fine. Oh, it's the case. Look at all the cute trophies. Circus has one, like a talented, thing shoved under the bookshelf. This is... That's Trilo, that's Ben's puppet. Give it back to him later. Operatic tenor who doubles as Ben's sidekick. Why do I have to carry this thing? We need to find them again. Mo's room? You're not gonna help me. It was such a wooden cheeky excuse for a puppet. That this thing is what I'm like up against for Regina's love. My sweetie pie love only me. You're up against what for Regina's love? Whatever. Let's hurry and get this thing back to Ben. How do we find Ben? He was in Big Top. That's where Max makes his grand appearance. He's so far away. Every person in the audience screamed at once. The vibration caused Big Top to collapse. Those are huge. Oh, apparently the hamburgers are closed. Alright. Should I keep looking in the ringmaster's room? New. It showed it was new before when it didn't. Cafeteria. That's right. I haven't gone there yet. Hey, Ben. Hello. Hello to you too. It's awfully cold today, don't you agree? Yeah, I do indeed. You think it's cold, Nick? I don't see how talking about the weather's helping our case. Tell us what you know about the murder. Do you know anything at all? I don't know anything. Been here in Circus a long time, haven't you been? About 4 years? Regina's the cutest little thing I've ever seen. Regina? I don't really like her too much. Are you sure about that? That's odd. Like a confession of love. Is it the whole thing where it's like the puppet is different? Ben, this is yours, isn't it? Yes, that's mine. Here you go. Trilo Quist returned to Ben. Alright, Maya, let's get going. It's that time, isn't it? See you around, Ben. Okay. So, Nick, where are we going next? Hey, wait! Who said that? What are you looking at? I'm right here, you blind wench. What's your problem anyway? Don't you know how to properly greet someone? I knew he was gonna be an asshole. Ben, is that you, Ben? No, I would... Oh, that's Ben. No, I would never. Yes, it was me. Yeah, me down here. You're Trilo? This is Mr. Quist to you, sir. That's Mr. Quist to you, sir. I learned something about manners before you just blurt out my name. Now try speaking to me again, but this time with some proper respect. Mr. Quist, is that better? No, look at me when I'm talking to you, you 8-bit excuse for an attorney. Trilo, we talked about insulting people. You promised. But he was mocking me, not being mean to bullies was not included in the deal. I'm sorry, Trilo. Nick, what just happened? Trilo's still a puppet. Hey, who do you think you are calling me a puppet? I'm taking a look at that. Alright, what happened? Tell us what you know about the murder. You talking to me? I said you talking to me? Don't look at him when you're talking to me. Trilo Quist, you behave, young man. Shut up, Woody. What murder are you talking about? What do you mean, the one where they offed the old man? I guess so. No need to make such a fuss about things. The old man paid us all peanuts. Trilo, you can't say things like that. I didn't raise you to be like that kind of puppet. Don't you have nerve pills or something to take right now? Odd couple. Okay, I'll talk. Gramps got clobbered over the head. Let me lay it out for you. The pace sucks, the clown sucks, and my partner has his hand up my pants. Your partner, you mean Ben? Yeah, the creepy old guy who never finds it in himself to leave me alone. Tell him to back off of me, will you? He's just another one of the dorks around here. But I'll be fair, in this cesspool of human garbage masquerading as performers, I found my Madonna. Madonna? Regina, my lovely Regina. She's stunning, right, Ben? I'm not sure if I would go that far. You'll have to excuse me, he does not understand of what he speaks. I, on the other hand, am an appreciator of true beauty, hence why I shall marry her. Marry? The ringmaster got knocked up his cheap head by the... Wait, what? Oh, the ringmaster got knocked upside his cheap head by that flying fraud. Max Gallica, why do you say that? I can't believe that. Straighten up, I'm made of wood. Besides, you were there. You know what happened. You were there. Yeah, if you're interested, then I'll let you in on the facts. You're gonna marry Regina? That's right, she doesn't quite realize the joy that awaits her, does she? I think I'm beginning to see why she seemed troubled. I don't care, it's my choice, not hers. We're getting hitched. What? What? Trilo, you suck in so many ways. I know you think that, but... What? I gave her a special gift. I gave her the wonderful gift of song. Well, I am a renowned tenor. You'll be happy to know I've decided to grace you with one of my songs. Me. I want you to touch me. I want you to kiss me. I want you to... The rest is private. Oh my god. This is like... It seems like they're trying to do like a DC comic thing where... Is the doll really possessed? Or is it the guy the whole time? I think the whole idea is it's like an outlet for their like secret desires, right? The lyrics, I think they'll work. Who asked you? I'm the artist here. Now the trial's here. I'm talking to her now. Hey, buttface. You must be looking forward to it tomorrow, aren't you, Mr. Mystery Chaser? It's time to get rid of that pesky magician once and for all. Murder? Enough jibber-jabber, let's get to court already. Hey, wait a second. What's going on? He's a witness for tomorrow's trial. Oops. Is Regina back? What in the world happened with Ben and Trilo? Oh no, what? Now Regina has to be here. Ah, ouch! Ah! Hey, welcome back, Nick. That monkey. Ah, my badge! That monkey stole it! What? Mr. Attorney, that face was so cute. You looked so completely dumbfounded. Regina? You, that monkey! Hey, you don't need to get angry, okay? But my attorney's badge. Don't worry, I'll help you out. Okay, if you say so. If I don't get my badge back, how can I flash it? That monkey's name is Money. Money the monkey. Called Money. The rich ape just stole my attorney's badge. When if I get it back? Even I have money problems. Whenever Money sees something shiny, he takes it back home. It's pretty funny. Whenever Money disappeared too. Ask Uncle Mo. You don't know. Money isn't exactly someone I'm on friendly terms with. Isn't she the animal tamer? He's not really the kind of animal I work with, even if he does need taming. Do you mind telling us a bit about Ben? Ben? You mean the guy that's always hanging around with Trilo? What do you mean hanging around? Well, he was there when Trilo told me that he was in love with me. Trilo told you he was in love with you? Yes, he did. Kinda cute, don't you think? He's so smart and he's such a wonderful singer. I love him. But what about Ben? What about Ben? He's got nothing to do with me loving Trilo. Like sand through the hourglass, so are the days of the circus. Gina, you were proposed to, weren't you? Proposed to? Nope, that won't be for a while. Huh? Really? That's strange, isn't it, Nick? Yeah, Max and Trilo both said otherwise. They said they asked for her hand in marriage. But Max only talked to the ringmaster about it. I forgot about that. He asked the ringmaster for her hand, not Regina directly. Trilo hasn't asked her directly yet. What? He's gonna propose to me? I'm so confused. How about you, Maya? Oh, what? What do you think I should go for, Max or Trilo? Wait. Do you realize that Trilo is a puppet, huh? I don't care that he's a bit stiff. Oh boy. Oh, this is weird. This is real weird. I hate it. It was so weird. She took it off already. Is it Mr. Right all the time? Is it alright to be wrong every now and again, right? It took a while for the joke to find its audience. Same sound effect either way. How'd you know I put a whoopee cushion on the chair? What am I asking about? Or just the monkey? About Regina, pure innocent child. Such a cutie too. She was born and raised in the circus, you know. Doesn't really know much about the world outside the big top. Sounds like Pearly. Her child's dream in the circus is her everyday reality. It's in a dream world. She sees dancing wild animals, men flying in the air, and one very funny clown every day. The funny thing is that all seems normal to her because it is her everyday life. I guess that explains why she thinks she can marry a ventriloquist puppet. Don't ask me if her reality is a good thing or a bad thing, though. A clown sees life simply, without complications. Okay, Money. Money! He stole my attorney's badge. Any objects? Can you chase after him? Why's that? You don't want to get involved in any monkey business, right? Exactly! Bravo, bravo! Isn't considered considered a member of Regina's family? Who does he belong to? We could where his owner's staying? Right now? Of course, shall we go? Go with Mo. She's gonna be... Oh no, I thought it was gonna be back in the same room. The acrobats, yeah. Acro's room. What's wrong, Mr. Wright? I can't breathe! I need to climb 2 flights of stairs. Acro's room? He's an acrobat. Not around today. Big pile of junk in the corner. Phoenix stuff is there too. Got the right stuff. Who takes care of Acro? And that's ripped. Prone to breaking things. That looks fine to me. You really think that he plays basketball? I think the monkey has a proverbial game. The monkey calendar. This year is almost over. Amazing how time flies. Still gotta help Max this year. Incredibly well made, like a maid made it up. They're supposed to be. Got a barbell. Everything's for upper body training. Same as you've seen this on TV. This barbell here's a new model. Big top from the window from here. No snow. Kinda weird, don't you think? So it just slides off. Holy cow, there's a fork and a mirror, everything's shiny. There's a really cheap looking knockoff wristwatch. A trophy, it's really heavy. I found it, your badge's in here. Thanks, you really say, huh? But I knew we were gonna find something else. Check this out. It's a ring. There's something engraved on it from T to R. Trilo to Regina. Cheap ring from it with an eerie sparkle. Well, I think it's about time we wrap up our investigation. You think we'll win in court tomorrow? Who knows? Even I can't imagine what kind of testimony will come out tomorrow. Finally! We're going to court. Mo maybe the puppet. To be continued. How many slots are there? That's 10. Okay. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All I have to do is sit down. I guess. Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties. You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly up and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't have you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Okay, sweetie. What is it this time? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now, the dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. No one needs to fly today. I like the sound of dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. God. Now the case. Okay, what? Your Honor, get on with it. Oh, sorry. I just realized the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So, well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Gallica? Yes, Your Honor, he often does go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we called the defendant Maximilian Gallica. You mean instead of Billy Bob Johns? Billy Bob Johns doesn't have the same ring to you? Sounds more friendly. Fun Karma, your opening statement, please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix, right? Eh? I already beat you once. Spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. That's not how that works. You still lost. Yes, still lost. It does not count. Do you hear me? Still be upset what happened last time? We have no chance, zero zilch, nada, I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not the nature of a Von Karma to lose anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? What are you talking about? Which will be my ultimate revenge. It's not like it'll bring her dad back. Opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up here now! Sorry to keep you from work, and I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Shedding light on the events. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40, making it extremely cold out. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15. The victim was found bent over a wooden box dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma and snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see, he was beaten to death. Here's the autopsy report. That's an evidence. Blunt force trauma back of the head at 10:15. Blunt object. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Night of the crime. It was falling until 9:40, making it extremely cold out. Let me ask you about the snow. Nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal, maybe about 1.5 inches on the ground. Frozen in place, stayed on the ground till the next day. What? Still no snow. Still the same case? Yes, we're finally in court. Do these things take like 9 hours? All the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, and the ventriloquist. And of course, the defendant Maximilian Gallica and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot Regent the tiger was there as well. What about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch Clary's watch. You're welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. Where did everyone head off to? Being with Regent, while Mo went back to his room. Ben went to the front gate. Master Max went to the ringmaster's private room. Negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max is asking for Regina's hand in marriage. Specific about the events at 10:15. Had a witness to the whole thing. Victim was found bent over a wooden box that was a doornail. A wooden box? That's right. Carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Rather strange wooden box. Much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. 20-pound box. It was a strong but strong lock. Inside the box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tight at Fort Knox. Cracked it open, all that was inside was this little bottle. What is that, Detective? What it looks like, Your Honor, it's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? Filled with pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box. For a special meaning? It's pepper. blunt object. Haven't found the murder weapon. I'm trying to run off with it. I've already made it disappear with magic. Details of the event. A little bottle of pepper. Not even off the stand yet. Being slow and unable to take a hint. Sensitive guy. I am a sensitive guy. Can I step down? Yeah, I didn't think there was anything to say. Mr. Benjamin Woodman. Trio take the stand as well. Yep. Please state your name and something for the record. My name is Trilo Quist. I am employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me, the witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, the ventriloquist. That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with the song. Me, the world of the law. Exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? Had a good rhythm. Just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up, just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly, I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-lister? Celebrities must really enjoy saying things that flash into their minds. What's going on here? Order, I demand to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this. I'm not worried about... Oh, God. Let's proceed. Trying to figure out this witness. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, I mean clown. After lodging, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. Saw Max heading toward the scene of the crime. He's the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? There's some very flashy lips in this shaded image, though. Unless he was like the acrobat, because the ring was in the room. Or like... I don't think it's gonna be Ben, actually. Not the clown. Or like Regina or something. Probably the acrobat. And the police showed up and took the magic boy away. Turn toward the scene, are you sure of that? Is that a word? He had on his silk cloak and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? I look at the picture. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? It's got a point. The clown can't be the culprit. Here's absolute proof. A silk hat. Defendant. He was wearing the signature hat during practice. The clown was the murderer. There would be no reason for this hat to be seen. There's a hat there! Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix, Wright, what do you have to say? It is definitely the same hat. Okay. She's the boss again today. What you witnessed. Clown, talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and all his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. What happened? Ditched went back to the plaza's entrance. Finally, Von Karma's here. Sleepy always. Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. Snow around.
Objection!
Mr. Phoenix, right? I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. I'm a good thunker. Saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. sure it was really Max Gallica? Of course. It was. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Like the wax out of your ears, lawyers nowadays. You're like talking to a brick wall. All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. Ah! I'm heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? It's the killer. What's someone else? Ben only saw Max? Wouldn't he see the ringmaster? Wait, what? You think? What's strange? That you only saw Max. Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? The ringmaster, right?
Take that!
Ow. That's the victim. That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Obviously, the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max were together in the ringmaster's room. Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Gallico is supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems that at the stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. Brilliant judgment. Alternative motive for incriminating Max, really? It's love triangle. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got conked over the head? I think so, I don't know anymore. What time did they arrive? Okay, what time is it? 10 p.m.? 10:30 p.m.? I guess that's right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. The truth is, will you shut up, you big nose dope? Why are you telling him anything? I know why. We just stand out in that weather. Waiting for someone? What? Who said we were waiting for someone? I know who you're waiting for. They're offhanded theories. This witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Who do you suppose the witness is waiting for out in the cold? Regina.
Take that!
Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Did the puppet just explode? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw, don't you forget it? Well, the puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There's obviously a reason why the witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Ah! Makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone. Okay. There's absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pain! Don't volunteer things. Let's do this time, mean the whole truth. Were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was waiting to propose to her. You were, what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think the humans have a monopoly on marriage? Matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now I have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. About the proposal. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. No, you don't. You puppet? Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. What? A little less than honorable right now. This child is still 16. Sigh at the end. That's gonna propose. I don't even know what I'm gonna show. Marriage. Of course, that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I was gonna propose that we become some sort of outlaw banker gang together, right, Ben? Got it? That's the truth. What was it exactly I planned on giving her? You know exactly what I was gonna give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer this question, what was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. Engagement ring? Those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francesca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. Pain equals bad. I'm gonna say pain equals bad. Kept it in my pocket waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course. What a stupid question. I think Ben could pull that off. I don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. Has to give it to her. That's right, I tried to give it to her during practice so many times I lost count, but the uppity snob kept getting in the way. When I saw his wood block in half and not with magic, well, they always say love creates rivalries. So what about this present? I wasn't able to give it to her, I've still got it in my pocket. No, you do not. It looks like your eyes are trying to close? No, my eyes are not actually trying to close. I'm still trying to... I'm just like... I have to look down to read. Still trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent months... 3 months salary on this thing. I'm not gonna give it up that easily. Bit more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? No, you don't, because I have it.
Objection!
Your Honor, that same touch. Oh. I clearly have the ring! My god. Fine. Keep pushing. That must be this one. Anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet... Ow. Cuts the argument short. These events here. Stick to facts, not sociology. A black bathrobe. Giving an engagement ring to Regina. Engagement ring? Diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. More brilliant than the real thing. I'm going to love it. It's just a ring. Maybe something I can catch him on. Could I not do it because of that? Here, I'm gonna save, but I actually think I was right with what I presented and when. It's just because I didn't push on that it didn't let me finish it. I'm gonna present the exact same thing again. If it's wrong, I'll be sad, but... Trilo, do you mind if I... There we go. Mind if I show you something? It was right, I just didn't get the thing. What are you talking about? Double team me now? Don't say that, Phoenix. Do you recognize this ring? That's mine. Give it back. Thief, thief. Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? And the fact that this puppet can put itself back together is probably the most amazing thing. What's going on here? That's Ben, say something. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trilo. In Money's room. Money's room? Like a room they put money in, like a bank vault? That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I'd prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Money is really a monkey in every sense of the word. Well then, Money likes to go after the shiniest things he can find and gather them up. Shiny things? Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you say? Details. I need to know more details. It was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. So he was distracted? Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I mean, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have it could have been taken around the time. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Back to the topic at hand. I even know where this is going. I haven't admitted a thing, not I, Mr. Trilo Quist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased that ring, snatching monkey money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all a slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. It's an incredible shame. One very important point. Ben doesn't exercise enough. Ben's testimony has a flaw. The witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying there's no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Interesting, Mr. Wright. Tell me this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist?
Objection!
Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. The defense's argument does hold water. The witness does have a history of animosity toward the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie to just get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw that night. Ha! I told you so many times. You'd think you'd know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story, Stick Boy, and I'm sure it'll change some more. When there's one lie, there are usually many more behind it. So I have to keep after him. Witnessing Max. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina, but that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up right after I'd been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Gauck at the scene. No way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Money didn't show up after you saw Max? Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Money snatched the ring and you went chasing after him? Until he came back. 5 minutes, I think? Victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute time stretch. Cross-examination. concerned with waiting for Regina. Wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. But how many eyes I actually have at 4, you know? 4. Counting that, of course. I really think someone would have... Okay. 2 of them are puppet eyes! Judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilo. Why is he so dumb? A Max? Max coming out of Big Top? Entrance. Waiting for Regina. What time? Practice finish at 10. Right after the practice. Let me think about it. I'm not good at math. It was 10 p.m. That's about right, because that's the time I saw Max at the scene. If anything related to time. Good evening to him. He didn't even acknowledge my presence. Testified that you said good evening to Max that night. Enjoyed asking all these questions. You say good morning in the morning, good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obviously that I say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You got something to add? That's not it, Trilo. You say good evening at night? I'm sorry, Trilo. Should act outside of the court? Impossible! A performer lives and breathes his performance. You should know better. Trilo's evening greeting. Bit strange to you? What do you mean? If you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? So much strange. Why did it strike you as strange? Exactly, how's it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers? It was simply being cordial to a coworker would understand. That hurt! Think of having some proof before you start flipping moves next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason Trilo would ever say something nice to Max, but how do I go about proving it with evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure that you already learned that one. 100% sure? Be more confident. Or the symbols. Exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? If you're gonna ask me, I'll answer with the quietest. Everyone. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. You didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun chatting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. Time to go to work. Walk next in the plaza. Good evening. Save.
Objection!
Trilo, it's not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal, just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting clonked over the head. Ah! Juicy orange. 76% real orange. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max. What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. It's not a day of the crime. The defendant and the witness had a huge fight. No way they would suddenly become cordial that evening. Let's consider the personality of the witness in the stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival.
Objection!
Are you saying the witness is lying, that he's trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the scene of the crime? I didn't tell a single lie, honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Would you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? Different person? I think it's a different person. Witness didn't see someone that night, just someone else, and that's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one. Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Gallica. That's why Trilo made the effort to greet whoever it was when he saw that he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world, you? Friends, kindly explain who it was Trilo saw that evening, then? It wouldn't be Regina, right? He was still waiting for her. It could only be the ringmaster. He went with Mo.
Take that!
Considering the ill temper of this witness, there's only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor, it's not Regina. If it was Regina, Trilo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh yeah, I suppose you got a point there. It was Russell Berry, the victim himself, was it not? You were correct, it was indeed Russell Berry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster Russell Berry. That's why you greeted him, Trilo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Order, order. How do you respond to this? Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man, but once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Gallica. I think it's high time we clear the air about this question. Obviously, witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. Identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Gallica, or was it the ringmaster, Mr. Russell Berry? Argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The police stated that he saw the defendant's 3 symbols. Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You've got to remember them by now. Here we go again, everyone, all together now. Ow! Yes, yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white roses. A silk hat and a cloak, anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's 3 symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Gallica? It could have been someone else dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, if that's the case, then it's impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Aw, you're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix, right? What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but who that person was can only be answered by the witness, by the next witness? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide beyond a shadow of a doubt an answer to that question and evidence that clearly establishes one thing. There's no one other than Maximilian Gallica responsible for this crime. 10-minute recess. And the next witness court is now in recess. Yes, save please. sweetie. All right. No, I don't have to say that actually. All right, I'm gonna end like a little bit earlier today, just because I have an online meeting thing to do tomorrow. So I need to sleep and be not demi-conscious for tomorrow. And apparently I just look super sleepy. I'm actually not. Usually I have more trouble staying awake during this. I really like the game. Which one are you buying? Oh, for the headphones? I don't know, I didn't check the votes. It's a type, if you're talking about that, it's a type between black and purple. I might just give it some more. I don't have to buy it now, so I'm just gonna give it some more time. It's not like an emergency thing. It's like me taking a pull on it. I've been thinking about buying new ones for a while because the cord on this is kind of broken, and I keep having to like spin it to get it to stay in the right place. Tomorrow should be TFT, and then Genshin will be stay. Yeah. Anyway, that will be it for today. You're gonna miss Sino? I thought Sino still had time. I thought tomorrow would still be fine because it was a week. Also, I was not getting like those pulls anyway. Alright, fine. Let's check. I looked at the Discord. I can't check it. I don't have a second monitor. It said the 14th. I guess it starts the 14th? But the day... The... The events are still going on long enough, right? Okay, currently Genshin is crashed. Close. Here, I'll exit this game in case it's too much to handle. It shouldn't be, but maybe my computer's getting confused. The event's not over though, right? Because I still want to get the stuff from the event. Amazing characters in 3 too. Events are still running? Good, 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 good. I don't want to miss it. Five days maybe left. I was planning on finishing it pretty quickly in the next stream. Hope this loads quickly. I can only check it briefly. Yes, I did. I can't show it on the screen yet because I have to wait for it to actually be logged in to get the window capture to register it. Unfortunately. It is again crashing. Overcooked franchise say it. There's only 1 and 2, right? Oh, and like DLC. Cool. Sorry, I got distracted by Steam. It's Genshin does not like loading. That's what happened. Then I have to make it windowed first. Graphics. Windowed, then Streamlabs should be able to pick it up. Come on. There we go.
Leave it to me. All of it. Whatever it is.
How much time? 2 days and 16 hours. I totally would make it. I'd be up here on the last day, but I would make it. Because I'm in the future. So my... Like 14th is like... I don't think it's this 14th, you know? Oh my god, where is it? Albedo.
I didn't quite catch your request.
Huh? There's a challenge? No, I finished all these. Ambush test, I definitely didn't finish this one. And I clearly have to do this one. Oh no. I find a lot of these, don't I? Endurance test. It's fighting. Oh, no, I finished all the hunting. Do some pull now. I would have to do some of the quests. I don't have enough, I don't think. Wait, let me check. Maybe I do. I have 8. And... oh, that's all I got. Alright, fine. Map. Send photos, it will help. It's fine for now. For the finding things one, I already kind of know where a lot of them are. Where most of them are. The hints are pretty obvious, actually.
Yeah. No, my sword! I must leave no stone unturned. Someone needs...
Take cover!
Hey, wait. Way to terribly miss. Where's the other tower? Is the other tower? Are you my tower? Oh, wait, it's right here. Oh my god. Oops. It's only one?
I'll
Oh,
catch up.
god damn it. Done. Don't care. I have to shoot with official? No. We're just getting out of here.
I'll catch up.
I'm aware of how to kill them. It's just the efficiency's sake.
Let me leave you with her. Everybody stand back! By royal decree, wings of darkness, come, sever night from day.
Someone needs assistance.
Adventure time! Take cover!
Leave it all to me, as a dutiful maid would. Someone needs assistance. Someone needs assistance.
Rain outlines your fate. Body and...
I'll catch up.
chest.
Ooh, wonderful.
Midnight Phantasmagoria! Teamwork is dreamwork! I summon thee!
No rest for...
Rain outlines your fate. Rain cutter.
Odds revealed by...
Time to clean up. I must leave no stone unturned.
They- Zero Primo? What do you mean?
I'll catch up.
From that chest? Oh yeah, wasn't good enough. Come on, Sad. Right. Okay, the purple's vertically on the screen. I don't know why I did that. Come on. Just need to farm as many Primo Gems as fast as possible. Oh! A chest, you say? Oh, it's one of these right here. Cool. Hey, look at that. Wow. If I get all these chests, do I get Primo Gems? I swear to God, if you're making me talk to you just to go fight something somewhere else, I'm gonna be so mad. What happened? Chance to go out? Okay, cleaning statues. Clean the statue of the seven at Windrise. Oh, wait. At Windrise? Here. Are you dirty? Did that work? Fire?
Let's light it up.
It has to be Animo? Ah, fine. I just don't like switching my party.
I want to help. Stand clear.
Mostly because I forget to change my party back and then end up really, like, kneecapping myself later.
Behold, the princess and...
There. At the top of the cathedral. Things I don't want to scale for 100, please.
Anything the knights can do for you.
It also seems like a dangerous place to put it. Yep, finish it. Cool, finish all my mission quests. Okay.
I created another universe
Wrong one.
and founded paradise for
Ooh, scary. Let's do this one too. Festive fever. Event details. Blessing. Inside the spring fairy. Cocktails. Isn't that already the angel share? Whatever. Very high up, I'm guessing that's cathedral. Training grounds.
Official.
Do I have to really go up there? There it is. At least it tells you pretty early on if you're close. Yep. Okay, this is not that high. Amber, this is a terrible idea. Why would you do this? Okay, I'm gonna go here. Training grounds is like this way? Or behind me, I forget. I can look for them later. Yeah. Let's look for them later.
It's been getting quite busy.
Okay, nope. Cool. Oh no.
Got it. Also, Amber, are you? Oh, hi. Yeah.
Oh,
Sarah.
Damn it!
another. Really?
Yeah. Well.
Well, why don't you take?
Are you?
We're well.
A fight?
Okay, go and get ready.
Oh.
Let me out of here. Angel share.
Dandelions also
What's the cat's here? Skip, skip. Skip, skip, don't care. Sorry, Jean.
Dandelions also symbolize a bountiful harvest.
Add Astra at. Thank you for complete. Add Astra.
Might as well do this really fast. So many of these. There. Okay, and then
Reboot.
I like doing the mining thing because it gives me automatically this without having to put in the effort to mine 10 items. Okay, and then
Everything's ready. Let's go.
not do that one. Have I done the test runs? Okay. Yes, Cookie Girl? Okay, just completely miss, I guess. Come on. I don't actually know what the Spring Fairy is. And then Knights of Favonia's headquarters. Training grounds. He's awake? You talking about this girl? They're always awake, they're just sitting in different places. You missed her trying to grab onto me. Absolutely missing, and then falling backwards on her butt. Come on! Need a festival place? Okay, cool, thank you. Who are you? Where's the training grounds? I kinda forgot. Is that? Oh my god, can I just teleport there? I've disturbed them. Springvale, I guess Spring Fairy. Is it a person? Oh, there it is anyway. There we go, 8 out of 8.
For the sake of the festival market, we have to make every
Blessings. Hampers. Certain shop that sells souvenirs. Near a venerable hotel. Cider Lake. Lakeside Gate. Books. Oh my god, Captain Faithful, thank you so much for the raid! Oh my gosh, is it your doing? Here come the crewmates, give us your treasure. Alright, shout out. I'm innocent? Always. Little Nightmares? Oh my goodness. Props. I finished that one a while ago. How do you like it? Fast is far from innocent, Trollface. I'm just literally trying to rage finish these stupid fine quests. Vouch for me. Book Sanctum. Lies. I didn't say anything. I just implied it. Cocoon Hamber event. Oh no. Bernard. Bernard, the most exciting of all names. Okay, most of them are going to be in Mondstadt. If I just like run around in circles, I'll find at least 3 of them. Where's the hotel? What is the hotel here? I forgot all the clues. I'm kind of mad I just couldn't find them before. There's one. Are you the hotel? Oh. One's near the training area, I know that. Not training area, the Knights of Favonius thing. Maybe even 2. I love Little Nightmares. Unfortunately, stream was scuffed though, so I had to call it early. Why was it scuffed? And do you also get as miserably stuck on the puzzles as I do? Or is that just a me problem? Because I would not be surprised if it was just me. Yes. Did you play the DLC for Little Nightmares, or are you still on the main story? Or have you played it before? It's gonna be inside, because I think Lisa's library was listed as one of them also. OBS is cringe. I'm using Streamlabs now. I switched from the Twitch one, and honestly, it's kind of more of a pain in my butt. The Twitch one was pretty, like, adaptive. Simple, I guess you could say, but like it adapted to what I needed. Where does Lisa live? Oh, wow. I immediately guessed it. Damn it, it's upstairs. Why did I even come down here? It was the first time playing the game. I got it for free ages ago. Okay, if you get the DLC with the boy, it's like cutthroat. With the like perfect jump timing and the puzzles being way less straightforward, I would say. Like, I didn't cheat too much in the main game to try and figure things out. I cheated so much in the DLC. And then I sometimes found out I was doing it right. I was just not doing it perfectly enough. Okay, I found 2 of them. Hotel. What hotel? Okay, close to the Knights of Favonius. Cider Lake, that's a lake. Okay, hotel near the lake.
I created another
Oof, I was already
universe
slow with
and
the
found
puzzles
a
today.
paradise for I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrt.
Just because of lag. Fischl's gift? What? Should I be checking more rooms? What? I'm just gonna walk around the headquarters for now. I'm assuming it's... Yep, did it. Oh. Is that the one I need? Oh, windmill. I get it. I got it. Guys, I got it. I'm so good at puzzles.
It's the whispers of the wind.
Oh no. Oh my god. I haven't played Little Nightmares 2 though. I've only played the first one and the DLC, which I got because it was on a great sale. Go slowly. Slow is for losers! And people that win. I'm not here for a long time, just a good time. I say that, I'm the biggest square ever. I'm just massively impatient. Ooh, a chest. I actually thought I had been up here before.
Cry out my illustrious name.
Alright. Not at all what I want to do. How can you win if you fall and die? I won't die. I'll just get my progress reset and then get very angry. Alright. Venerable Hotel. What's the hotel here? Can I find it on the map? Because I don't care. Actually, I think I know where it is. Isn't it near Angel Share? Because I know the travelers were there for a bit. Like, they had some people... Are they still here? Because they mentioned that, and then I never spoke with them again. Isn't it here? Are you my hotel? You say yes, but I feel like you... Since I'm not getting a notification that it's here, that I'm very wrong. It's above? I have to go up? Man, why can't it just trigger and tell me I'm right? Where? Not here? This is where all the people were. What's the hotel then? I don't need hotels. The other things are things I've seen or used. Just show me. There's no. It's not going to show me a hotel. Is it the food place? Are you a hotel? Go back to the waypoint.
16. That's a nice one.
This one? Or this one? I have to go there first, I guess, 'cause it's high. Okay, can I spy? Not what I meant to do. Okay. Are you a hotel? This looks like a hotel in the Sim City. Not Sim City. Maybe Sim City. Just Sims. Alright, alright. Details. Where I feed the ducks. So cider like ducks. Like side gate. So I'm guessing it's the side of the lake, right? Lake side gate? Starfell Lake? Is this way? Or is it out of Mondstadt? Also, what statue? Starfell Lake statue? Oh, Starfell. I was thinking Cider Lake. Okay. Come on. Show me. Is this right? Ah. Talking about Windrise? Like this lake? Whoa, the music got so intense. Where are their ducks? This is not a lake, this is a river. I see an Anemo. I need asters. What? Oh, the place where I got my reputation reward. I see exactly what you were trying to tell me. But I might get an Anemo out of it, so hashtag worth. Don't be mad at me. Down here? Okay, Cookie, I cannot have you sitting right here. Wow. Okay. Wind Blessing, I have 2 left. Cider Lake, usually feed ducks. Whispering Woods near Cider Lake. Where are ducks? It acts like I pay attention to where the ducks are. Feed the ducks. Would it be here? Is that a pier? Okay, let me go to the fishing spot first. I think that is one of them.
Can I enjoy the
Are you one of them? You're a pier. Hey, there's ducks. There's ducks, but I don't see anything. If there's not one around here, I will be quite upset, because this seems like a landmarky enough place to have it. Nope, okay. Oh, cool. Ducks appear. Doesn't show any piers, though. It doesn't show the pier on this map either. I can figure it out. I have placed the gift beside Cider Lake, where I usually feed the ducks. So where's like a nice duck feeding spot? Who is it? Where are ducks? Just run around this whole...
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der
Something about a pier, but that pier was did not appear to be very helpful, so... Feels like Jisun has decided to not help me anymore. Any more ducks? I'm back. I can't get the Cider Lake ones, because the Cider Lake is so big. I saw ducks. I saw a pier. I did not see a chest. I'm just making a big circle around Mondstadt first, before I traverse the entire circumference of Cider Lake. This is very large. It's not fun. The lake statue? But I just found one there. Are they really two right next to each other? Or is it just near the statue where you go to the lake? I found the one that's over here. I'm at the statue. This one says next to Cider Lake. Small shoal in the Whispering Woods near Cider Lake. It's the Whispering Wood one? Here. It has to be here. Okay. Are you a shoal? It says near Cider Lake though, so it has to be the lake. Really? I can't get wood by shooting arrows? Ah! Okay, not
By
do one.
royal decree.
No, my sword! Witness the power of Gua.
Okay, that was it. Why have I never opened this one before?
I hope we find long-lost
Wanderer's
ancient literature.
Spice. Okay, so I found that one. I still don't know the Cider Lake one.
Time to act. Body and mind.
Blessings. Last one. Cider Lake where I usually feed the ducks. Is there something named Duck something that I'm missing? Springwoods, Woven Dum, Springvale, Windrise, Bright Crown, Canyon. Is it like this northern part of Mondstadt or something? Like on the very tip of point of Mondstadt? Here. It seems something, it has to be something near the city, right? Below the city? You can see all those chests on those random islands. Okay. Mail. Blonde hair, exotic clothes.
Time to act.
Nothing here? How am I supposed to know where the ducks are?
Time to act. Time to act. Body and mind.
Oh god. Oh, thank god there's
Excellent.
ground here.
Body and mind.
If it's the pier, I was just at the pier.
Time to act.
It's like ducks here. Well, no, they're not.
Time to act.
I walked past this whole area. Down here? I was already close enough, it should have triggered.
Time to act. Body and mind.
I have no idea. The rest of them are so easy to find, and this one's just very vague. Okay, well, it told me the area, I guess, actually, so cool. Just cross the ways?
Body and mind.
Where do you feed ducks? Where art thou, duck? Why was it supposed to be there? Because I did not get it.
Time to act. Body and mind. Time to act.
There it is.
Body and mind. Time to act.
After party. Springvale, south of Springvale, on a cliff. Back at the festival. It looks like everything's in Springvale. Adventure's tent. Dawn Winery.
Body and mind.
On a cliff? Are you a cliff? Are you a cliff? Which cliff? Are you my cliff? No. Don't care. Are you my cliff? That might be the cliff.
Body and mind. Time to act. Body and mind.
Come on. Alright. I assume it's the cliff. If it's not, I'm gonna be very sad. Because I've put all this effort to go all this way. But like, that's a cliff over a waterfall.
Time
It
to
has to be
act.
that cliff, right? This is still technically Springvale, I think. There had to have been a... If I'd had that, that probably would have been better. Okay, I'm gonna need to get to that and use it later. I have so many regrets. Which cliff? It just says, cliff.
Body and mind.
Springvale, cliff. That's it. Those are the cliff notes. Ha ha! It'll just run out. This has to be the cliff. It is the most dramatic cliff possible. If not, then I'm highly disappointed. I'm not gonna use this cliff. This cliff is great. It is the best cliff. Oh, I can't get that teleport point because of the water, can I?
Great weather for practicing martial
Assume.
arts. The perfect weather for reading. Hey, what's that ridiculous look for? You look as if you're trying to decipher some strange text written on my forehead.
Ah! On a cliff. You know, for everything being cliffs, this is highly frustrating. The lower cliff. Oh. An even lower cliff? Oh, a random ass cliff. I love it. Alright. So I have more in Springvale. Actually, I forget which ones. This is not the cliff one? Aroma of meat drift. Hey, this is not the... Wait, what? Goddamn cliff. These are like the cliffs. Fall cliffs.
Body and mind.
I am displeased.
Oh my goodness.
Wrong one.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
Wow. Huh?
Let's see, if I do the main thing, it's
revealed in the
gonna...
next volume?
Oh, wrong one. I'm so close to being able to do a pull, though. I'm at 130. I need 2 more. Question of the year is, should I just use the star glitter to buy them, or no? So I could just buy 2 with star glitter. I have 34. But I don't know if are you supposed to use the star glitter for that? Am I supposed to save it? It's okay.
Time
use
to
it.
act.
If you want. I don't want it to be a thing where I'm like, I'm gonna use it, and then it's like, no, how could you? Screw the cliff. I'm just gonna cheat later.
Great weather
Back
for
where you started.
practicing martial arts.
Okay, where did I start?
Perfect weather for reading.
Somewhere around.
Hey, what's that ridiculous look for? You look as if you're trying to decipher some strange text written on my forehead.
It's right on the stall, technically. There it is. Now what do I have to do? Okay, we got 1 more. Alright. We'll do 1 pull just because I want to try and get Sino. The chances should be pretty good at this point, though. Alright, let's see. I've pulled twice already. There's a purple, so it's not. I still failed to get Sino. I can try again in 2 days. I'm pretty sure his banner will still be up. Oh! That's Noel's sword again. Cool. But definitely no people. Goddamn. I've pulled like 30 wishes so far. How much is it until it's guaranteed? Okay, 2 days, 15 hours. So I'm gonna be back in 2 days' time, which means there should be 15 hours. Or 1 day's time. Because the deal will pass. And then it'll be like a day and 15 hours, right? His banner's not necessarily ending on the 14th. It should be fine. Maybe I'll visit it tomorrow a little bit too. But yes, I should end for today. Check history. What do you mean? How do I? God. How do I tell which one's which? When did this one start? I don't know when it started. It tells me all of them though, right? And I got Shinobu. Did I pull 10 twice? No, I didn't. Check when you got Ganyi. I got it on the 16th. So 27th, I pulled 30 times. I was right. Probability increase. I don't know how many. It's 42 guaranteed. Well, we'll try to build up the poll next time. Because I need to finish the event next time, right? So it's then or never. But anyway, I will stop there for today because we are very much out of time. I went super like an hour over when I said I was gonna end like 30 minutes early. So you still have to do 40 more? 42? You have to do 42 total or 72 total? Also, I got 2 5-stars and 1 pull technically, so that's just fighting all odds. Because it's not even necessarily for the guarantee, it's just for the RNG for some of it too, right? A 190 pull? Okay. Well, maybe the odds will be in my favor. Anyway, but for now, I will shout out the Discord. If you want to see updates on what I'm doing, I post there before I stream to say what game I'm playing and when I'll be on. Or if there are any updates and changes, that's where I'll update people about it. Oh, I need to pin this. I'm gonna pin this message.
Now, this is what I call a moment of solitude.
If I'm gonna pin a message that you can jump to, I need reactions and votes. Because I'm planning on getting new headphones, because these are kind of broken. So if you could please decide what you think is better and let me know. So then I can actually figure it out, because I can't decide. Yes, purple one. Yeah, but it's right now it's tied between black and purple. So you have to get more people on your side. You want purple that badly. Oh, you can see the cat. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone that came and hung out. And again, thank you to Captain Faithful for the raid. And Base T for totally not being a part of it. If it's morning for you, good morning. If it's night, good night. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.